A very good evening, everyone. And it's a matter of great joy and pride to have Pranjal Verma with us, a young author, a young poet. Hello, Pranjal.
Hello.
Okay, you should rather be happy. You look a little nervous. You've done such a great work.
Not at all. Nervousness doesn't hit me though in these situations.
Okay, that happens. That's bound to happen when it's the first time. So I'm Dr. Tanvi Gupta, founder and CEO Young Minds, and it's a matter of great pride that I'm representing Puffins Publishers. And today I'm here to make you all meet a teenage young author, Pranjal Verma, over the release of her latest poetry collection title. So the title goes like this: Try, the Fatal Word. I mean, Pranjal, that's a very nice title. And guys, I must tell you that it is going to hit the market right on one of the very important days for all the kids, which is Christmas. That is 25th of December, 2022. So Pranjal, are you all ready to set the floor on fire?
Yes.
Okay. So firstly, Pranjal, as we had been doing it, our whole team had been doing it. Congratulations on your latest poetry title, Try, the Fatal Word. Well, you have achieved something remarkable at a very young age. So what are your expectations from this book of yours? You can please share your experience with us.
Thank you so much. Expectations from this book has been, I want this book to reach to the right audience, right? People who might have suffered before or might be suffering, or they've been through abusive relationships, or handled toxic people, or they're in this phase right now. So I want this book to reach to them so that after they read that book, they at least have a bit of hope, as I believe, to love themselves and appreciate them and not to seek acceptance or appreciation from the outsiders, because we rely on other people for our self-image, for what we are, and that really messes up with our head and heart.
Very great, Pranjal. Looking at your responses, it seems that you have written this particular poetry book with a lot of valor and, a lot of involvement. So, of course, I personally read your book and I genuinely feel that it's wonderful. It should connect to the audience. May I know what was the inspiration behind writing this book?
Well, the inspiration has been me, the surroundings, the environment I reside in. Even me, I used to be a people pleaser. I used to seek appreciation or, confirmation or acceptance from the outsiders, which really messed up with my motivation, with the desire to do something. And it has been always there that now I have improved, but yeah, people are there in the phase as well, as a society, we are conditioned to seek the appreciation or confirmations from the outsiders. We do not accept ourselves as who we are. We promote people-pleasing behavior in society even today.
I agree.
It doesn't matter if we say it has improved, it is still there in some places, right? So the inspiration to write this comes from this experience that you need not to please people, because you need not to please the society, because the society will never be with you. It will be always you who will be by your side, who will accompany you in your toughest of times and in the happiest times, and even on your deathbed. It's always, it will be always you. So you have to be a little bit admire yourself and be kind to yourself. That is really needed.
I'm really impressed by your thought process, and I'm sure, at times we are just reading some poetry for fun, but this is surely going to inspire the readers. So one more thing, when I was going through your book, the very first page, when I saw this title, Try, the Fatal Word, what made you, pick this particular title? Is there a story behind it?
Yes, sure. So, as the title goes, try the fatal word. When we are struggling, when people are struggling with their mental health or they're in depressed state, anxious, we have people coming over and they're like, okay, try to get out of it, try to be happy, try to do this, try to do that. But they never understand that we're already trying to overcome it and it isn't happening. What we actually need is you to hear us, uh, you to understand us, accept, giving all the pieces of advice people offer that, okay, try to get out of it, it will be okay. But it doesn't really, seem to. When someone, you know, dies by suicide, when someone erases their entity, people go on saying that, okay, they didn't try to communicate, they didn't share with us. And do you really think that is the truth, right? People actually try to communicate, they try to express themselves, they try to put their thoughts forward, their anxious thoughts, they just try, but it doesn't happen. And when you hear it over and over, it seems that, okay, we have been trying since so long, we tried even today, but nothing happened. So the only view that we have of this word try, which is actually a positive word, right? To motivate people, to push people, it converts into something negative that, okay, try, it's fatal for us, you know. That's why the title goes on, try the fatal word. And there's one poem as well, which talks about, which expresses that how the word try becomes the fatal word for people like us or for people who are suffering.
Okay, so my next question was for you to concise the message, what you are trying to convey through your poems. Though I agree, there are a lot of themes which you are catering to. What in case, I just say, okay, Pranjal, in one sentence, tell me what do you want to convey to your young readers? Because I agree, the readers must be of different age groups. But what in case I say that you being a teenager are trying to connect with other teenagers? What is that one message which your book is conveying for them?
Okay, the one and the strongest message which could be conveyed into the simplest of words is love yourself, accept you, be with you, and be kind to yourself. You need to know that it's your company that will benefit you the most, that will keep you the most happiest you have ever been. And you have to be happy with your own company, right? We go on in the phases where we are alone, where we're left alone. So that difference between alone and loneliness you need to know. And you need to be okay with the fact that sometimes or most of the times it's only you that stands by your side in the toughest of situations, or even when you need someone, it has to be you yourself. Communicate with yourself, be with yourself, and be kind to yourself. That's the most important thing, to not develop a hatred, not develop hatred towards your own self. Because again and again I'm repeating this, and that will be with us, that it will be only us that will be by ourselves, no one else.
Really a true, bold author. That's what I can see you in, Pranjal. So, Pranjal, one more thing, this is an era wherein kids are resorting to a lot of forms of writing. And I think you are trying to convey some stories through the expression of poems. Why did you just choose this medium of poetry? Why not any other medium?
Well, when we talk about the medium, poetry, I have been writing it since last year, and I have found that it's my cup of tea. I express myself through poetry very easily, very beautifully. I tend to express myself, and it has been great so far, improvements and the appreciation I receive. And basically, when you talk about other mediums, which are short stories or novels and novellas and other things, so I like reading them. But when I chose this theme, which is basically revolves around abusive relationships, toxic people, narcissistic people, I thought that it couldn't be conveyed through any short story. So what I did was I framed a story through poems. So even when you might have read the book, you might have got to know that there is a storyline going on through the poems, as we have three sections, right?
I completely agree, and it's awesome. I'm not letting the suspense get unfolded because I really want these people to be there out reading your book. And we might, though, ask you to show us the book cover if you have it with you. If you have the paperback, we would want you to show it towards the end, but of course, not right now. So, one more thing here, Pranjal, though you might find these questions overlapping, but since you are yourself a writer, you would understand the difference. You surely are a bold writer. You have picked up a lot of subjects, like toxic relationships, loving yourself, that confirmation which people are looking from the society. What was the overall theme, which was there in your mind when you were writing these poems, this collection of poems?
Right, the overall theme in my mind, it has been always since the idea popped up that people need to know that they have only themselves, they have only themselves with them, and they need to understand the difference between the right and wrong people for them, and set good standards, know their self-worth. So it makes easy for them to walk out easily if they do not get the bare minimum they deserve, or what they should be knowing what they deserve, what to expect, which is right, in forms of expectations, and which won't hurt them from the other people or from their significant others, right? So people need to know that they need to identify the people, and if they're not content with any of them, they should be strong enough to love themselves and to walk out of the relationships, not thinking that, or not worrying about who will love me. You will, right? You have yourselves, and that is the idea I'm trying my best to convey, and I believe it has been conveyed that through the storyline which goes as well, that it will be only you by your side, right? People come and go, they mistreat you, the society breaks you, they split you, but if you have to be strong, if you have to survive in here, you have to love yourself.
I can assure you, since I've read the book, yes, the ideas have been very well conveyed, and surely it's gonna, provide that hope to the readers for sure, especially, the teenagers. And I must tell you, it's a very bold statement which you've just now made, and the kind of comprehension which at this age you have developed, it's commendable, Pranjal. So, of course, we have been talking about your way of writing, and of course, it's amazing. Would you like to share with us who are the authors, who indeed inspire you, and anyone whom you follow religiously?
Actually, I do not follow anyone religiously because I have almost read every genre from the past 3-4 years. I've read over 150 plus books. So right now, I'm currently obsessing over Colleen Hoover and Anna Huang. And then I have Robert T. Kiyosaki and David Goggins as my biggest inspiration, because their books, their works, their personalities, and everything I know about them, I believe I need to be not like them, but I need to form myself. I need to build myself. I need to go on, and I need to achieve something big. I need to be different from this world, and I need to be out of the box.
Oh, that's great. You want to create value for yourself. That's lovely. One more thing, Pranjal. I mean, any kind of inspirational message which you would like to give to our readers and the budding authors?
Okay, so I believe the messages I think I have given already, but still. So through the book and throughout this session, I would like to, have some statements which I would like to be there in the, readers' minds and the people who watch this. That, see, the first thing is, we here are residing in a kind yet cruel world, right? Everything has its pros and cons, every coin has its two sides. So whether we go on to the positive side as well, so let's be realistic for a moment that this world is cruel as well. People come and go, they oppress you, they push you down, they break you, they shatter you, they split you, they leave you in doubt. You doubt yourself, and you really do not know at that moment who you are or who you need to trust the most, right? So that's the moment when you need to know that it will be you by your side. You need to enjoy your own company, right? You yourself is your biggest companion. Trust me with my words that how many best friends you have, how many friendships you get into, you get out of, how many relationships you be in, or whether you have a significant other, that is really great. That doesn't matter, right? It's you that will be by your side. Create a life for yourself, that when you are on your deathbed, for that particular moment, when your life rewinds and replays in your mind, you at least think that, okay, I achieved something, I was with myself, there was something good that happened. Do not go on doubting yourself, being in a depressed state. Even if you are, you need to get out of it, because that's not how life goes, right? You can't be always negative and always dwelling upon the past experiences, the past things. Just make your past moments which you experienced, instead of dwelling upon it, instead of making it an issue, and focus on your life. Life is really beautiful, and you have been blessed with only one. You don't know what you will be in your next birth, if rebirth is some actual truth. So you need to make the most out of this life. You need to make most out of you, and you need to grow. So admire yourself. Do not wait for anyone else to admire you.
That's great. And you had asked us to trust you on your words. We are doing that, Pranjal. I guess absolutely. So one more thing, Pranjal, would you like to share something about your future projects with us?
Yes, sure. So future projects or the ongoing projects, I'm currently working on a high school romance, which includes teenage stress and a bit disturbing content, and dark as well. It is entitled "Please Don't Die, Replica," and I am working on it on a platform known as Wattpad. So I am planning currently to release it around March or April, till it gets finished and with the final draft, because right now the story is going very well. 7 parts have been released, and it's a dual point of view, right? And in the future, I'm planning to take up an editing project to explore more in this world of writing.
That's great. That's wonderful, Pranjal. And we wish you the world, the moon, and everything which you deserve. So, again, Pranjal, thank you so much for being here and answering all my questions. We wish you all the best. Very good luck. May you have series of all your books doing well, and good luck.
Thank you so much. That was a great time interacting with you.